𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗢𝗘 then, 10 years between them. Josh, take it away on that.
10 years young, but he also trained with his brother 𝗟𝗑𝗥. And 𝗟𝗑𝗥 is one of the most phenomenal fighters ever in the world. And he comes from a great camp. He's trained with a lot of top-level competition. There's nothing that Niedzielski is going to bring to the table that he hasn't seen. So I'm excited to see this young man perform tonight.
So Magomedsharipov with that little smile on his face. Niedzielski will know how good he is. Niedzielski himself, very, very good. Great night on his Bellator debut in Paris against Piotr Niedzielski. Good boxing work that won him that fight. He's going to need a bit more than that here against the richly talented Khasan Magomedsharipov, Josh.
Yeah, Khasan is just so explosive. He'll do things that you wouldn't normally think someone would do in a real fight. You might practice it in the practice room, but doing it in a live fight is just something that he's willing to try. It just comes second nature to him. He'll jump off the fence, or he'll do a rolling thunder kick. He'll do whatever it takes. He's very flashy, great side kicks. He mixes it up very well with his hands and his kicks, and he can wrestle and grapple.
Says that he's ready for anything stylistically. He always tells us not to blink, so go on. We're here, eyes wide open, waiting to see what you're going to do.
Snatch single, beautifully done. Pressing Niedzielski to the fence. Jockeying for that position, put his head right there inside the ear hole of Niedzielski. That's controlling him. When you move, I can feel you move. Now I know where you're going. And then he just stepped across the body, bounced him off the fence, and twisted him down. In that top position.
Watch the back of the head. Watch the shots. Watch the shot. Watch the back of that head. Don't do it again. He's holding your wrist. Keep going.
Really just jockeying for position right now. Look for him to try to posture up, lay down some heavy leather, and then maybe pop back down to control the position again. The guys that he trains with, I mean, 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗢𝗘, he'll train with Magomedsharipov. They're out of the New Jersey area. They're training. Plus, when he trains back at home with his brother 𝗟𝗑𝗥, I mean, he's got high-level training partners all across the board. He's only 22 years old, and you know, phenomenal fighter.
Strong man though, Niedzielski. Awkward as well. Inside, leg kick. Of course, he's a proud man. He's a good record with good wins. He won't want to just be the B-side here. He wants to come here and land shots like that.
That was a nice little switch stance. So he went to fake the kick, and then he brought it right back behind him, almost like a little bit of a Superman punch. Nicely done by Niedzielski. You saw Khasan just kind of give a little smirk, like, you got me.
About to comment on that he does have that sort of smile playing across his lips. It must be quite unnerving when you're fighting someone like that.
I always loved to smile when I was fighting. I enjoy what I do. You can tell that a lot of these fighters that are out here, like David Gallon, and he loves fighting. It's something we live for. You get out there, there's nothing that's going to compete with it.
He's going to get to unload a big left hand there. Sharipov looks like a man that's being presented with a puzzle here, and it's just trying to find a solution. Sneakily, Magomedsharipov.
A lot of it just looks so effortless. It's the way that they transition. You know, he missed his combination. He tried to get in on the double unders, couldn't get it. He kept his feet moving, driving into him, crushed the space, got him locked, crushed him with the fence. Niedzielski with a great job of breaking away.
20 seconds remain in this opening round. Niedzielski's done a pretty good job so far. He's in there with someone who's just outstanding.
A little thumbs up there to let the ref know, I'm good, don't stop this fight.
There it is again. Round number 2. Khasan Magomedsharipov and Piotr Niedzielski, the enigmatic man from Poland. Win against 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, you know, they often say top-level sport. Of course, it's about ability and application and all of those things, but it's about decision-making. He made some really bad decisions against 𝗟𝗨𝗏, and then 𝗟𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑 could easily, but he could certainly have won those fights. Wouldn't put it past him to put on a big display here. He's got so much ability. Magomedsharipov needs to be careful, certainly in terms of being active, as Josh was saying.
Yeah, and Niedzielski's just going to have a little bit more offense. He's waiting too much for Khasan to get off this. Nice spinning attack right there. You can see that Niedzielski's he's afraid to extend himself too much. He's afraid to pull the trigger first. He wants to be that counter puncher.
Ready to counter, but the problem he's got is that Magomedsharipov got so many things in his toolbox. Plenty more offensive weapons.
Circled away from the kick, caught it so he didn't take all the damage and the punishment from the kick, and then swept the outside, the back leg out. Nicely done. Now he's on top of the guard. Now he's got to get busy though. That first round was close. I mean, I had it for Magomedsharipov, but it could have went either way.
There's a difference, as you often say, between working in that top position and just being in it. You can't just be in it.
No, you've got to be active. You've got to try to make it active there. So you could say to Niedzielski, look, he's going for the guillotine. He puts his arm over the head and looks like he's guillotine. The last round ended with Magomedsharipov in the guillotine position.
5 wins via guillotine. Niedzielski all night long against 𝗟𝗏𝗏. He was looking for the guillotine and his arms tired and it cost him.
Well, you see Niedzielski's corner yelling at him, elbow from the bottom, elbow from the bottom. They're imploring him to just be active.
So again, he's looking for that familiar position, Niedzielski.
You know what happens, right, is that guys that are normally physically strong, they normally have a really good army guillotine. Patricio Pitbull, his army guillotine is probably one of the best, if not the best in the game. They rely on it as if, like, how power punchers and boxers rely on their big power, and they just let rounds slip away. Or they chase the knockout and never hit it sometimes. I see that with Niedzielski. He did that in one of his fights also, where he kept chasing the guillotine, kept chasing it, and it was never there. So he's got to be cautious and careful of that, of giving up minutes and rounds, potentially losing the fight because of that.
On that subject, though, I tell 𝗟𝗨𝗏𝗘𝗦 to keep chasing that right hand for a while.
Yes.
He's okay. He's okay right now.
What he does that's different, though, is that he follows up. He doesn't just throw the 1, maybe the 2. He throws 1 and then 2 and 3 and 4. And one of them, if it lands, puts you out. Nice pass into the top position.
Really smart from Magomedsharipov.
Oh, he's in that side choke position there. He's got to get his body flat, head closer. Now he wants to put the crown of his head to the crown of Niedzielski's, and that'll make it tight.
Look how quickly he's got himself into this position.
Look for him. If Niedzielski rolls towards his left, look for Khasan. Oh, he looks like he's about to tie.
Magomedsharipov gets it done. He's just Quicksilver.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the tap comes by way of an arm triangle. Official time, 3 minutes, 58 seconds into round number 2 for the winner by submission, Khasan Magomedsharipov.
So So the takedown comes off, he catches the leg. Notice how he's circling away from the power. Captures the leg, kicks the back leg out, and puts himself into guard. I think a lot of people try to force that pass sometimes too much. He was okay with throwing himself into the guard. Now, when he gets to this side control position, he has the side choke. Most people like to lay flat. I saw Niedzielski start to look like he was gonna roll away, but then he just sucked it in a little bit deeper, gave a nice little squeeze. This is a choke you don't have to squeeze too hard. You just gotta let it set in and it'll eventually come. Great job by Khasan Magomedsharipov.